What's up, guys, and welcome, Daily Theologians. Britney Griner is free. The media is melting down. People are excited. Other people are upset. I think there's something we can learn from this. And again, as usual, it's probably not what most people are talking about. Stick around. You're not going to want to miss this one. So, what can we learn from the Britney Griner incident? Well, first of all, I think the value of the book of Proverbs, number one, should be front and center because she was there because she broke the law and she was guilty. Now, you might say, well, not a big deal, but she doesn't really have a lot of respect for this nation. So it's ironic at the very least, but that's actually not the point of this video. Britney Griner's captivity arrest has made international news for months now, where she has been detained for breaking the law and was recently traded for a notorious arms dealer. Now, there's a man in prison named Paul Whelan, who is a Marine that is in prison as well. And so Donald Trump put out this on Truth Social. What kind of deal is it to swap Brittney Griner, a basketball player that openly hates our country, for the man known as the Merchant of Death, who is one of the biggest arms dealers anywhere in the world and responsible for tens of thousands of deaths, horrific injuries? Why wasn't a former Marine, Paul Whelan, included in this totally one-sided transaction? He would have been let out just for asking. What a stupid and unpatriotic embarrassment for the USA. Now, that has caused quite the stir, which is probably the point. Because when you look at this, I mean, it really was an interesting decision. And while most people were wondering, well, could they have done better? Did Biden make yet another blunder politically? Maybe, perhaps. But that's really not the point of this video. The point of this video is that prison is a bad place. And the government's job is to uphold justice and promote righteousness. And as upset as people are about thinking about going here unjustly or even justly for their life, there is a far worse fate awaiting people. So whether or not you think Brittney Griner should have been released or Paul Whelan's brother should have been included, whatever the scenario, that is not really the point of this video because I have no bearing on that. But I do know that it is appointed for people to die once, and then comes the judgment. And whatever side of this issue you fall on, God has created you in his image. It's appointed for us to die, and after that, every person will stand before the actual righteous judge that knows all things. And if you do not repent and believe in the death, burial, and resurrection of the God-man Jesus Christ, sadly, the result will be an eternal prison, an eternal place called hell, which is much worse than any prison. So I'm not upset that she's released, is my position. I think she probably got a little bit of what she deserved, given her position, given her disrespect for the law of another country. And I think they were overly harsh on her, from what I understand. And so I'm glad she's released, but I'm not trying to point fingers at who did what where. I'm just saying, if you don't like the idea of prison here, how will you like eternity in a very sad place called hell? And God is righteous and just to send us there because we have all violated his law. We've lied, we've stolen, we've done things that are incorrect according to God's perfect standard, which is why we need Jesus, who fulfilled the law, paid an infinite hell debt on the cross, died, is risen and reigning and coming back. And that's why we need the Bible. So if you don't like the idea of this place, which nobody does, and you don't like the idea of what was happening here in this story, which I don't think anyone is really excited about this story, then you need to repent and believe in the gospel, because the day is coming where your time will come to stand before the judge that has seen everything you've ever said, thought, or done. If you're still watching this, remember to take a moment and hammer that like button, like the 95 Theses, and leave a comment below. Thank you so much, and God bless.